مرحبا يا حلوين، كيفكن؟ أنا منيحة الحمد لله. انتو كيفكن؟ كل شي تمام؟ إن شاء الله كلكن تمام، إن شاء الله كلكن بخير، إن شاء الله كلكن مناح. يا حلوين، اليوم بدنا نتعلم a new set of Arabic letters. Are you ready؟ يلا. So in the video before, we dived into the very complicated world of Arabic long vowels. And in this video, we're going to be learning our first consonants. Now, this set of consonants, we're going to be learning 4 consonants. They are quite similar in shape, but they obviously have different sounds. We're going to first see how they sound. We're going to be learning the letter ba, that sounds like a B, like boy, bab. The letter ta, that sounds like a T, like toot. The letter sa, that sounds like the TH is transcribed like the TH in English and sounds like the TH of think, th, طيب. Now, as we have said before, Arabic is a quite varied language, and depending on the region and the speaker, we may hear certain letters pronounced differently. The tha is one of those letters. The tha may be pronounced as an S or as a T. So as an S or as a T, depending on the word, not on the accent. So there are specific accents that don't pronounce the tha. The tha, they may pronounce it as a s. For example, masalan, in the word masalan. Masalan may be pronounced by some speakers as masalan. In this case, we will see the th, but we will have to pronounce it as an s. However, the same speakers that pronounce the tha as a sa for some words, they may also pronounce it as a t for other words. For example, we have the word mithil. Mithil may be pronounced as mithil. Mithil, mithil. The good thing is that when these speakers pronounce the tha as a s, they will write it as a tha. But if they pronounce it as a t, they will probably directly write it as a t and not write it as a th. So if you see a th, pronounce it as an s. If you see a t, pronounce it as a t. طيب تمام ماشي. And then we have the last letter, that is the letter N. You may see that it looks a little bit different than the shapes above. So we had the B, T, Th, N. It's a little bit more of a booby shape. But we will see that it actually does share shapes with the others. And this is the letter N, like in صباح النور, نور. طيب, تمام, ماشي, okay, ready to learn how to write them? يلا. So these letters that we're going to learn how to write right now, they are written in a very similar way to the letter Ya that we said was written like this, depending on its position in the word and if it was followed or not, or preceded by letters that allowed it to join or not, right? Now, the letters that we're going to learn today, the ba, ta, tha, t, s, and the letter N, are quite different in shape when they're isolated, but we will see that they're also quite similar to the letter Ya. First, they are similar because they belong to the first type of letters, so letters that join from both. Al-Yamin u Ashmal, they join from both sides. When they are isolated, so when they're not joining any letter, the B is going to look like this with a dot. The T is going to be exactly the same like this with 2 dots on top. The Th is going to be exactly the same but with 3 dots on top. And the N, as we said, is going to have a bit more of a boot shape with 1 dot on top. Now, this is going to complicate a little bit our reading, because we need to really memorize the dot rather than the shape, right? And this is especially true because when they are at the beginning of the word, or when they are behind a letter that is not allowing them to join, or when they are in the middle of the word, they're actually going to have the same shape as the letter ya, exactly the same shape. Now, what do you think is going to differentiate them? The dots. So, if this shape has two dots beneath, it's the letter ya. If it has one dot beneath, it's the letter b. If it has two dots, it's the ta. If it has three, it's the tha, that can also be pronounced as a t or as an s, depending on the word. And the n is going to have one dot on top. When they are at the end of the word, they're going to regain their isolated shape, just as it happens with the letter ya, but with a longer line joining it to the letter in front of them. So the b would be like this, the t would be like this, the th like this, and the n more booby shape like this. Now, there are different tricks that you can use to memorize these dots because it can be quite complicated. The letter ya, lil asaf, mal asaf, I don't have any trick for you. It's the first letter that you learn, so inshallah you memorize that two dots beneath is the ya. For the letter b, I have a trick. If you see the letter b, it has a gigantic dot, so that is the dot beneath the b. For the letter t, that is like this, you can think of the two dots that connect the above line, while the th has also the h, so it's the two dots that connect the above line of the t and the final dot of the line on top of the h. Then the n has only one line, so it's the dot on top because of the dot on top of the n. Now, I don't know if I explained myself. I hope the drawings helped in understanding my trick. There are other people that use other tricks. For instance, I have students that memorize the letter B because they imagine the shape of a booby and the dot is the center of the booby. Um, and that reminds them of the B. I have other people that remembered the letter T because it looks like a smiley face, as if somebody is teasing you. There are all sorts of tricks. Not all tricks work for everybody. If you have any other tricks, please comment them to us. I would be very, very grateful to hear your suggestions. And now, yeah, Halloween. Let's see how we actually write them together. We're going to do one exercise together, then you will do an exercise alone, and that's it. Remember that if you want to practice more the letters, you can also go and get our amazing self-guided book. طب يلا, let's write the word teta. A teta is a mama al mama, the grandma. طيب, a teta. Let's try to write the word teta sawa. A theta without the L here, we're going to do the same steps. As always, we try to write where technically they could join. Now, the T we said is from the first type of letters. It can join from both sides. So we write a tick here and a tick to its left as well. The letter Ya, also from the first type, we write ticks to both sides. Again, مرة ثانية, we have the Ta, also joining from both sides. And then we have the alif. The alif can only join from the right side, so we only write a tick here and an X here. As we saw, the second step, only two ticks equal one tick. So one tick is an X, two ticks equals a tick, two ticks equals a tick, two ticks again equals a tick, آخر شيء an X equals an X. Third step, just for pure visualization, we create our triangles to see everything a bit better. يلا خلاص. And we try to find our letters. So we need to find the ta with an X to its right and a tick to its left. And we find it here. And we write it just as we see it. So then we need to find the ya with two ticks here. And we write it as we see it, but they're obviously connecting. So we write them together. Then we need the t with a tick and a tick with two ticks. It's this one here. We write it as we see it. And finally, we need the a joining from this side. We already saw that letters that only join from one side are very easy to write because we just do the same shape as when they are alone, but with a line joining them to the letter in front. Theta. I hope you understood how to join the letters, and now it's your turn to try. I'm going to write two different words. I want you to stop the video, try to write them yourself, and then click on play again just to see if you did it right or wrong. يلا. فأول شيء في كلمة أثينا. أثينا مدينة باليونان. Athens. طيب أثينا. Stop the video and try to write it. ف. The A we said could only join from this side, cannot join from the left side, but all of the three letters after can join from all sides, so we write ticks in every side. Again, we find an alif that can only join letters from the right, so we write an X to its left. Once we have this, again, only two ticks equal one tick, so a tick equals an X and a tick equal an X. بس two ticks equal a tick, two ticks, tick, two ticks, tick, and a final X is going to equal an X. They're going to be joining from quite a lot of sides. Then we draw our very irregular triangles. طب هيك وهيك وهيك وخلاص. And now we just need to find our letters. So we need the alif not joining from each side. That is easy, and supposedly we should have memorized it. It's just the same. Then the tha with an X and a tick. The tha with an X and a tick is this one right here. The ya with two ticks, we had already drawn a square over it. It's that one. A the N with two ticks, this one here. A thin, and the alif at the end. أثينا. أثينا. طيب ماشي تمام. أثينا. طيب ماشي تمام. Do you want to try another word? يلا. Let's try a very easy yet very useful word بالعربي. Can you guess already the word? ب بابا. البابا في التيتا grandma بابا father. يلا تفضلوا. Try to pause الفيديو وبعدين we will correct it سوا. Hope you paused it. So we have the b that can join from both sides. So we write it like this on both b's. And then we have the alif that can only join from the right side. So to its left, we're going to write an X. Once we have this again, only two ticks equal a tick. So they're going to join from here. They're not going to join from here. They are going to join من هون. بس they're obviously not going to join from here because it's at the end of the word. Now we draw our triangles. هيك وهيك وهيك خلاص. Now we just need to find them. We need to find the B with an X and a tick. So we find it right here, followed by the alif connecting. So it's going to connect like that. And then obviously we need to repeat the exact same thing because we need to find the B again with a tick and an X is the exact same shape, followed by an alif that is joining. Baba, Baba. So now you already got these letters, inshallah. If you want to practice more, go to our webpage. And you also learned two very useful words, التيتا والبابا. طيب يا حلوين، شكرا كثير، إن شاء الله انبسطتوا كثير 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 with these videos، وإن شاء الله كمان أكيد تعلمتوا شوي. I will see you in the next video where we will learn a new set of letters. شكرا كثير ومع السلامة.